Hey guys, today I'm back and I'm going to do this kind of currently reading and just this currently reading more TBR tag. It's not a tag. Why did I say tag? Ugh, I meant and my TBR because let's just say I got so many books. Here, I'll just do as you can see, I have so many books on here, and one of them three I'm currently reading. So let's just get this over. Okay, the first book I'm currently reading, and on page 165 is sorry about that, is Death Cloud by Andrew Lane. This book, I don't know why, but I've been in kind of a Sherlock Holmes type mode or something. So I am reading it and I am almost finished with it, and I am so excited because if this book is actually good, I'm gonna get the next couple books for me to read because this book is so enjoyable. Sherlock is like, you get to see the picture of like where Sherlock is and what his life is and how he got started on solving the mystery. And this was published in 2010, so this was in the 21st century kind of thing. So it's quite interesting actually. I'm so enjoying it. Next book, I'm going to buy the book because I actually found it on Book Outlet. So I don't know if I'm actually gonna read this library one. So next book is A Study in Charlotte by Brittany Cavallaro. This book is supposed to like follow around this girl. Her name is Charlotte Holmes, and it's their children. Sherlock Holmes' children. Well, not children, child, and Dr. Watson's child, and this was actually published in 2016. So we actually have another Sherlock Holmes, a new Holmes mystery, and I am so excited to actually get into this. I've been dying to read it. I tried to get it at Barnes & Noble, but they didn't have it. They were out of it. It must have been that good. But I am planning on reading it, and I can't wait to actually finish this book so I can make my review on it. Next book, I'm still debating whether or not I should actually read this series. So, and that is The Fairy Path by Freewin Jones. At first I was interested in this book, but I'm not sure now, so I keep on taking it off, not reading it, and I don't know why, but I promise you, I'm going to get to it. I promise. Next up, this is actually gonna be on TBR too, although it's for the Spookathon, but hey, I can put it on my TBR if I wanted to, so that way I'll still be able to read it. And this next book is From Bad to Cursed by Katie Allender. I read the first book, I loved it. This is the second book. There's a third book, but I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to find it. I'm debating whether or not I should actually get it off of half.com. So yeah, but this book, if this book is interesting, I'll literally pick up the third book and read it. This one follows around this girl. It's a continuing of Bad Girls Don't Die. It continues the story about this girl named Alexis, who the first book she was trying to save her sister from being possessed by this ghost, and now she's just mute this if you haven't read it, but she has this new she has a boyfriend now, and she's got this new friend, and it was really interesting. Her younger sister Casey, she joins this group and she makes friends, but suddenly things she starts acting weird, like she's completely kind and everything. Well, yeah. She's completely kind and everything, and then something's going on, and this ghost that they're dealing with this time is supposedly benevolent. I'm not sure, I have to read it, but when Alexis and her friend literally trade in what they're wearing to join a group, things start changing, and she starts getting involved in this, and it's kind of a little bit spooky. So yeah, it's kind of a little bit spooky and everything. Yeah. Next book I have is Unspoken by Sarah Rees Brennan. This is the first book in a series. The Lynn Byrne Legacy. This is the first book, and the second book is Untold. So I'm going to read this, and I'm gonna see what I'll feel like if this is good or not. So yeah. Next book, got it from NBK, is Hex Hall by Rachel Hawkins. This book, it's supposed to be good. It's supposed to be about a witch or something with this girl who's got powers, but I don't know much more about it, so I'm gonna be excited to dip right into this. And as you can see, it's in great condition. Next book is not in so much good condition because this book, I've tried to read it and I never got through it. Even when I was sick, I tried to read it, but I could not read it. But it's another kind of ghost story. It's called Rebel Spirits by Lois Ruby. This book is supposed to talk about like this girl named Laura Chase, and she meets this soldier who didn't die in this Civil War battle, but was murdered. So it's kind of a ghost and mystery story all rolled into one, and I am so excited to actually finally finish reading this book. Once I finish reading this book, I'm definitely going to see if Louise Ruby has any other good books. But the binding is perfect. As you can see, the binding is perfect. So, except for the few read wares, I'm struggling with trying to finish it. So, next book, my mom's friend got it for me. It is Evermore by Alison Noel. It is the first book in the Immortal series. It's about this girl whose family died in an accident, and I don't know who she's staying with or something, because that's the only problem. It starts just like that. You start finding her in this school, and she's got the power to see auras and everything. You'd have to read this book to find out. But this book is young adult and it's in good condition. My mom's friend read it and she loved it, so I'm assuming that it is going to be enjoyable. Next book is a book that actually went in Battle of Books or something. It is called Everlost by Neil Schusterman. It is the first book in the Skin Jacket trilogy. When I was in 7th grade, we had a whole bunch of books, and they aren't the kind of classics you're thinking of, but they're just random books that were chosen from the library, and you have to read it, and you not only have to read it, you have to write questions about it. Like you just write questions about it, and you write the name of the book on the back of the note card, and all you have to do in the competition, the readers or something they read off the question, and then whoever is there, they have to say the whole entire title, and if you don't say the whole title, you don't win. And get this, it was my first time being on a team that didn't involve athletics. All you had to do was use your brain, and it was fun. I loved it, especially since I'm a reader at heart. And yeah, but the only problem is the books I've borrowed and tried to read, I literally just wrote questions down, and I didn't really go through it. All I had to do was just pluck something from the plot and then put it in like that, and then we'd have to read it, and then I end up, some of the answers I actually remember. There were some books that have like this very long title. One was Code Talker, a novel about the Navajo Marines of World War II by Joseph Bruchac. I didn't really read, so basically I didn't read any of the books, but this time, this is one of the books, so is Death Cloud, that I'm gonna be reading, and hopefully loved it, because I didn't love it back then. So it is, like I said, Everlost by Neil Shusterman. It follows around these two kids who end up getting killed in a car crash, but the thing is, they're stuck in this life and death situation, in between life and death. So they're alive, but they're dead. So they end up getting sent to this place called Everlost, because it's where like souls are caught between life and death. And the main characters, they're trying everything to get home, and they can't do anything about it at the moment, because when you're standing in one place for too long, you start sinking to the center of the earth, apparently. So they end up going through this adventure and trying to find their way home, and they're not sure what's going on, if they're actually dead or something. But yeah, they're so-called the only survivors of this car crash. But I want to find out if Nick and Allie actually get there on time. So it's just like, the minute they leave Everlost, they are going on this adventure, and that's where the next couple books, the last two books, come in. So I'm trying to read this book before I read the second and the third book. So this is a lot of talking, people. The next book I have is Generation Dead by Daniel Waters. This book, at first I thought they were zombies, vampires, because of how pale they are. But now that I find out that they're zombies, I'm like, oh, I thought they were vampires, because like they're dead. Vampires are dead, and they don't even look like zombies. So I'm gonna hopefully get to this. I don't know if I'll be able to get through my whole TBR. We'll just see how that goes. Next book, I was into Wolves at the time, but I just couldn't get through it because it's such a thick book. And that is Nightshade by Andrea Kramer. This book is about this girl who has a pack, and she's going to become alpha, but she falls in love with this human, and she doesn't know what to do, because she doesn't like this person this wolf that she has to marry and create a pack. But they're like, it's kind of like Teen Beach Movie. In there, they have rival groups, yeah. But the Nightshades, I think that's what they're called, but the Nightshades and this other pack, they don't get along so well. So then this marriage is supposed to bring them together, and we'll see how that goes, because I have not read this, but it looks interesting. I'm not judging it by the cover, but still. Next book has 2 in 1, so I'm debating if I'll be able to get to it, because see how thick it is? It's even thicker than the other one. So anyway, this one is called Spirit Walk. It's about this, by Richie Tankhurst Lee Cusick. It's about this girl named Miranda, and she actually can see the dead. Kind of reminds me of Ghost Whisperer, but she can see the dead, and she's got to help them cross. But something keeps on lingering with her, so she has to figure out what's going on, and if it's a spirit, help the spirit cross over, and so on. Okay, the next book I am hopefully going to get to because I'm also into vampires. So you notice that all these books involve like creepy stuff, and that is Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. I have not read any Stephanie Meyer books for wanting to get for, except wanting to get to the Host. Okay, where was I? Oh yeah, I haven't read Twilight by Stephanie Meyer. I haven't even read any books by Stephanie Meyer, and I keep feeling this pringling sensation. I hate that. I feel like I'm coming down with something. I better not. Let's do it tomorrow. Okay, so this follows around this girl named, what's her name? Bella Swan, who goes to Forks and visits, well, not visits, and stays with her father stays with her father, and she meets this guy named Edward, who, by far, is a vampire. I mean, who wouldn't love a vampire boyfriend? I mean, seriously. You could even ask them to turn you if you wanted. Anyway, I am so excited. I don't think I should have watched the movie before reading the book, but the movie was okay, so I'm gonna have to see if this book was okay too. Next two books I am currently reading, and that is Fangirl and Don't Stay Up Late. Fangirl is about this girl who ends up being turned into a vampire, and she has to go through life wondering what to do and what would happen to her and everything. I'm not far in, so yeah. Next book is Don't Stay Up Late by R. Elstein. This is a Fear Street novel. I know there's a first book, but you don't have to read the first book to know the second book, so you can just read them out of order. That's what I did with all the Goosebump books, except for ones with a trilogy, but still. This book, it's about this girl who stays up late or something. I don't know, but it's about a girl who stays up very late and she doesn't want anything to do with anything or something. Well, that's gonna be it. I'm just gonna say that. Now that's all my TBR, and as you can see, I have a lot of reading to do. So I'm gonna be offline for a while, and I'm really hoping I can get through these books. Thank you for watching. Bye!